Okay, so in this tutorial lesson we are going to look at media query. I mean, those coming from the web development background should know a bit about this, the CSS people here. So we are looking at media query. Okay, so as you saw while I was designing this, I didn't know the width or whatever to give to this child when I was specifying the height for this. So a media query is something like I don't know how to call it. Is it let's just say a function which you use it to query, or I mean find out various well, what should I use, features of your devices about your device. So basically it goes about the screen sizes and all that. Yeah, so to do that, media query should be inside a build context, right? And in our app here there's one build context here, so we can declare our media query here, but no, it won't work for this. So we can declare our media query directly inside the widget in which we want to use it, because it must respond to a build. Anytime it's the widget rebuilds, you know the media query must respond to it. So I'll just declare a variable here, like let's see, final size is equal to it's equal to media query that of context the size. Okay, size is what. Alright, so as you can see, if you call the media query you can see accessible navigation, always use 24-hour format, I mean for your date, bold text, device pixel ratio, disable animations, display features, gesture settings, high contrast, orientation, this is very important, platform brightness, size, view patterns, and then view insert. But then in this tutorial we are just looking at size. Okay, so I'll say size. Now this size simply means that the size of your screen, that is the width and then the height. Okay, so I don't want to, now if let's say I have a phone like say a tablet, I mean the width is bigger than the height, so if I specify 300 for it, you know you are going to get a very unrealistic design, because it wouldn't really match like that. And let's say if the tablet is rotated, or let's say a phone which is relatively taller, you are going to see that this 300 pixels we specified is only going to appear smaller on a very large screen, and all this will be waste. So you want to make your design consistent, or you want to make it responsive so that it appears almost exactly the same on every device. So that's where media query comes in. There are so many ways to do that. At first, you are looking at media queries. I mean, that's how to build responsive layout. So instead of specifying 300 here, let's just say I wanted 1/3 of the height of the screen. Okay, so instead of saying 300, oh, this is 200, I can just say size dot height, right, divided by 1/3 is what? So the size of this divided by 1/3 is what? Divided by 3. Yes, that should give you 1/3, right? You see it's increased. Or you can just say star 0.3 is the same thing. You know, this basic mathematics. So why am I getting something different? All right, so it's basically the same thing, and instead of this we giving it 500 or whatever, you can do something similar and say size dot height. If I do it like this, it will overflow because the height we are specifying the full height for only this side, and that's not going to work. So we don't need to specify this, but then instead we can subtract this value from it so that it will fit exactly. So I can just do it like this, minus, put it into bracket, this. Yes, then we can get it perfectly, nothing overflows. So we know that at the end of this one starts pepe. All right, so that's more about media queries. So let me just use that inside the body itself. So we have this height, you can say size dot height times 3. Oh, this is a drawer, so I'm just going to copy the whole container here and then put it as a child for this, and then paste it here. So you should have a container with this height. If I change the height to 0.2, you should see that it should be 0.2% or 20% of the screen. Now this is the center, so I can let me just remove the center widget so that we can start from the top. Okay, so this is taking 20% of the width, okay, of the screen. Now if I go, let's say 0.6, it's just 60%, right, of the whole screen, no, not just the available part, the whole screen. Yeah, okay, so you can do addition, division, subtraction. That's media query. So now you see this is taking the full width, so you can, let's say width is also equal to size dot width of the screen minus, let's say 50. So it's just going to subtract 50 pixels from the width of the screen, right? So that's basically media query. So you use it to find different details or information about your device, display, yeah, and use that to make calculations or make customizations for the display of element. So yeah, I think you can build on that. That's basically media query. Alright, so thank you and see you. So that means you're not going to be using static values like 300, 200, all that in when you are specifying the size like height and weight and all that, but it's advisable to use media queries. Okay, thank you.